Okay, so in this video we're going to be talking about how to find just perimeters of basic shapes. So I've written them here. So the first thing you got to make sure is that you know different types of shapes. So you've got a square, which is the one where all the sides are the same, and then also that all the angles inside are the same, and they're all 90 degrees. Rectangle is very similar to a square, except the opposite sides are the same, and all the angles are the same, and they're 90 degrees. These two generally get mixed up. So the parallelogram is just like a pushed over rectangle or square. If it's a pushed over square, the posh name is a rhombus, but parallelogram is absolutely fine. The trapezium is the one where they've got only one pair of parallel sides, okay, and then these two ones will always go diagonally down. Now sometimes they do draw it like this to confuse you, but again, still that is a trapezium. Just because it's got two right angles doesn't really make a difference. It is still a trapezium. And then the parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides. So you've got the two there, and then you've got the two there. And then the three-sided shaped one is just obviously a triangle. Okay, so the first thing is knowing what the perimeter is. So the perimeter is just the length around the outside. So it's a bit like if you were putting a fence around a garden, you would need to find the perimeter because that would be going outside of that shape. Okay, so for the first one, this is a square. Now these little lines just mean that all the sides are the same, so that's why it's telling me it's a square. Okay, so to find the perimeter, if it's a square, as I said before, all the sides are the same. So that means that all of them are going to be 5 centimetres. So the perimeter is just going to be those numbers all added together. Okay, which is 20 centimetres. Okay, make sure you also include the units. Okay, so for the next one, rectangle, as I said, opposite sides are the same length. So if this is 6, then this one also needs to be 6. And again, this one's 2, so this one must also be 2. And we just add up all the sides again, so 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6, which is 16 centimetres. Okay, and it's as easy as that. So I'm going to turn over, I've got a few more examples. So the next one, as I said before, that is a parallelogram. Now sometimes they do try and trick you by adding in extra lengths that you don't need. So for this one, we're going to need the 6 because that's the length here. And we're going to need their 5. We don't need the 7. The 7 is not helpful at all, okay? That's just telling you what the height is. So the perimeter is just going to be 6 add 5 for these two. And then again, as I said, similar to the rectangle, the opposites are the same. So this would then also be 5. And then we just add those together. Okay, you should have the same number of numbers here as sides, okay? So because there's 4 sides, there's 4 numbers that we're adding up, which is 22 centimetres. Okay, next one is a trapezium. So we've got the length of the parallel sides. We know this is 6, and as I said before with the square, these little lines mean that they're the same, so that means that this one would also be 6, okay? And then again, we just add them up. 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7, so that's 12, and that's 12, so it'd be 24 centimetres. Okay, so for the next one, this is another way that they try and trick you, is that if you look at the units, you've got some that are centimetres and some that are metres. So when you're finding whether it's the area or the perimeter, it doesn't really make a difference, they do need to be in the same lengths. Okay, so you could either convert these into metres or convert that into centimetres. I'm going to convert that into centimetres just because that means I've only got one to change. Okay, so you've got to remember that 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. Okay, so if you've got 1.5 metres, if we times that by 100, that would give us 150 centimetres. And then again, just to find the perimeter, we add them up. So you've got 85 plus 90 plus 150. So that's 175. So that would be 175, 325 centimetres. Okay, then from there you could actually then convert that into meters if you wanted to. It depends on what the question asks you, but I'm just going to leave it as that.